Hey there, gorgeous, and a very happy Friday to you. Happy Frugal Friday to you. I hope that you've had a great week so far. It is such a pleasure to see you. Today, I am sharing a video with you about the lesser known makeup brands at TJ Maxx, and everything in this video is $8 and under, so yahoo! I did film this video in a speed review style, so things will be moving rather quickly, but I will be showing you a mini tutorial for each of the products I'm showing you, as well as a thorough review and a wear test at the end of the video. So let's hop right on in. Starting with an eyeshadow palette from Beauty. This is called Sweetest Treat, and there is a mixture of mattes and shimmers at the top of the palette, a lot of beautiful colors in here, and then an amazing row of nothing but glitter at the bottom. My gosh, I was so excited about this one when I opened it because it was sealed in the store, so you really couldn't see what you were getting. I mean, I really gambled here. I could have gotten something really bad. I mean, but this was okay. Surprisingly, the pigment was pretty good with it. I mean, you can see here, I didn't struggle with any part of the application, and I felt like the eyeshadows were very strong. They did blend pretty easily, and if I had a complaint with this palette, it would be that I felt like the colors muddied together a little bit too much. And you can probably see what I'm talking about here as this tutorial has continued. I used 4 different colors. Yeah, 4 different, like, pinky shades, and they all started to look like one color by the end of the tutorial, which wasn't, I mean, it's okay. The look still came together really well. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more differentiation between the shades, but I'm being picky here. For the most part, the quality was really good with these eyeshadows, and they were really easy to apply and work with. So I was really happy about that part of the palette. And I mean, come on, can we talk about the price of this one? What was the price of this one? I can't remember. I want to say it was either $4.99, $5.99, somewhere in there. Really inexpensive for the amount of product you're getting in here. I had never heard of this brand before. I don't know much about them, but would I check out this brand again? Absolutely, I would. Next product I have to share with you is eyeliner. There were so many eyeliners to choose from at TJ Maxx. I mean, I was amazed at just the sheer number of eyeliners that I could pick from, and I sat there for a little while looking at each one, and I decided to go with this one from the brand Absolute New York. This is their insanely black flex brush waterproof eyeliner. It has a felt tip to it. Really pigmented formula with this one, and it dries down fully matte. I was so excited to see that. It is so hard to find a fully matte black eyeliner at an affordable price point, let me tell you. Very impressed with the application, and I genuinely enjoyed using this one. And I also want to mention to you too that the packaging with the pen itself is heavy. It's not like a traditional eyeliner. Let's take NYX for example. I mean, this feels very light in my hand. This one is like a heavy quality, similar to that of a high-end eyeliner, which I was really surprised to feel when I took it out of the package. So there's that. Also, while I was in the store, I picked up this mascara and eyeliner duo from the brand Nicole Miller. Now, I've always known Nicole Miller to make clothing. I did not know that she also had a makeup line, but apparently she does. This was a 3-time length, super lengthening mascara, and they included a black eyeliner with it also. I did not try the eyeliner, but I did try the mascara, and I will tell you, I was not impressed. Not at all. The formula was so thin. And maybe I like volumizing mascaras better, but this one was, you couldn't hardly see it on my lashes. I mean, sure, it painted my lashes black, but it added no length. And I didn't really feel like it did much at all for my lashes. I mean, I have much better mascaras that do a world of difference compared to this one, so I was not impressed. What I did find was a new eyelash adhesive. This was from the brand ProBeauty. This is their lash adhesive in the clear, and I paired it up with a pair of false eyelashes also from ProBeauty. These are their Wispies, and they are 3D Faux Mink. They do have a black band, but the band is a very flexible band, and the lashes look amazing once you get them on the eyes. I wasn't a fan of the glue because it took so long to dry. Compared to my Kiss glue, compared to a few others that I've used right now, I'm really enjoying the one from Pure Cosmetics. That's been my go-to lately. That's, yes, good stuff. Those dry really fast. I mean, not like super fast, but I mean, they dry within a matter, they dry. They dry within a matter of 20 seconds or so, which allows the lash to adhere to your eyes, but it still gives you time to work with the lash if you need to reposition it and whatnot. This one took over 2 minutes. I'm not even kidding you. I could probably time it. It would have been 2 minutes because I just had to keep pushing it back on my eye. Pushing it back on my eye. Like, it's like the glue would not set. It's utterly fascinating to me. I can handle a 2-year-old screeching at the top of his lungs. Doesn't bother me. I cannot tolerate a lash glue that will not dry. I can't do it. The next product I have to share with you is a foundation. Now, it's really rare that I find foundations in stores like this. I mean, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree. I never find foundations. I wasn't even looking for one, frankly. But I came across this one and they had a shade match for me and I thought, oh well. This is from a brand called Creme. Now, we'll tell you in the display where I found it, it did not have a good shade range at all. So I don't know what the shade range is like with this. I just tried it for just giggles for this video, right? So it looked very yellow based to me once I got it on my skin and I was a little concerned. I was thinking Giorgio Armani because that's another brand I cannot use because it's so yellow based. But once I blended it in, it didn't look bad. And it looked pretty nice on the skin. And I will say it blended in really well. I did not struggle. And it looked pretty decent on my skin. So there's that. I also picked up a powder to try from Absolute New York. And this is their HD Flawless Setting Powder in the Universal Translucent shade. This is a very finely milled powder. What I loved about this one is that it created a blurring effect on the skin. It gave my skin a very filterized look. And if you look really closely there, you can probably detect what I'm describing. That was what I really loved about this powder, and it was really easy to apply. And I didn't need much to apply. By the way, I'm realizing halfway through this video that I am not naming out the price points, and I will try to have the prices of each of these in the description box below in the event that you're interested and you want more information, so check there for exact prices if that's what you need. For the face, I picked up 2 different palettes because I couldn't make a decision. Yep. I make so many decisions during the day, sometimes my brain just says, I'll just get them both. The first one was from the brand Tracy. This was their Perfect Sculpt Face Contouring Kit. You get a bronzer, a highlighter, a blush, and then a shimmery bronzer. And the pigment with this was really subtle. It was very light. I didn't feel like I needed a whole lot to get it to show up on my skin, but it was a beautiful flush of color without looking like too much, because sometimes with some of those drugstore face products, it just is too much. I mean, the pigment is too much and you have to be really careful with how much you apply. Fortunately, this one was not like that and it looked effortless on the skin. It reminded me a lot of how the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer contour goes on. Very similar to that. The other one is from Beauty Concepts, and this is their Rosy Nudes Complexion palette. Within this palette, you get a matte bronzer, a shimmer bronzer, a blush, or I'm sorry, 2 blushes and 2 highlighters. This one is a lot more pigmented compared to the Tracy palette I just talked about, but really beautiful against the skin, and a little bit does go a long way with it. Really easy to blend, really easy to apply. Again, it wasn't one of those that I felt like I had to be really careful with. I mean, I was a little more careful compared to the Tracy palette, but it wasn't, say, like Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild has some really intense face products. Sometimes you have to hold back, otherwise you apply way too much. This one was not like that, thankfully. And I felt like the end result was really beautiful on my skin. Finally, for lips, I stumbled across this lip kit. This is from the brand Nicka. I almost said Nicka. There is a mauve-toned lipstick and lip liner, and also a nude lipstick and lip liner. So I decided to go with the bolder of the 2, and I really liked the initial application with these. They were very smooth, easy to apply. The matte lipstick was very rich, very pigmented, just like the lip liner. Both products, I had no complaints on the initial application. They looked gorgeous, and it does take about, I want to say maybe about 5 minutes total, maybe a little bit longer for them to dry down fully, but they will dry down fully matte and they will not transfer. I mean, Gia was utterly fascinated with my lips today because I don't often wear very colorful lipstick around the house. And if I'm filming, I usually take it off before I go and spend time with the kids. But today I happened to leave it on for the wear test. And she was so fascinated by my lips. Kept wanting to touch them, kept wanting me to kiss her. And when I would kiss her, she kept going and looking in the mirror to see if she got lipstick on her cheek. So I was very happy to say, no, it did not transfer onto her. She was a little bummed about it, but you know. I also want to add in this product that I picked up. It's not a makeup product. Well, I mean, I guess it could be considered a makeup product. This is the Lacuna, the Calm After the Storm Makeup Remover. And this cleanses skin. It has witch hazel, coconut oil, and I've been looking for another makeup remover because I like to have one in my bathroom and in my studio. I ran out of the one here, so I needed another one. And I just happened to make a huge mess of my wing today with that black eyeliner. You didn't get to see this part, but I'm going to show it to you because no shame. And this makeup remover instantly corrected it with a Q-tip. I didn't struggle at all. It took away everything that I wanted to come off. And I also used this at the end of the day when I was ready to take all that makeup off, and it did a beautiful job of removing everything. It took the liquid eyeliner right off. I didn't struggle at all with getting that off of my eye. It took the matte lipstick off of my lips, which usually lipsticks like that have that matte formula are a little harder to remove, especially at the end of the day, but this stuff took it right off. I was really happy to see that. So I'm very pleased with this makeup remover, and it was only $7, and look how much you get. I mean, that's a hefty amount. So new favorite. Okay. At the end of the day, I wore that face today for, I want to say it was a total of almost 8 hours. And this is what my face looked like up close. So I will go through everything so you can see great detail. The first thing that you're probably noticing is the shine. The powder, unfortunately, did not last that long on my skin. I had shine breakthrough within a matter of 4 hours with the powder. So I was not too pleased with that one. The foundation does wear extremely well. It does not move, it does not transfer, and it holds well throughout the day. So I was very happy to see that. The eyeshadow looked great. I felt like it did fade a little bit after the initial application, but the fading wasn't so much so that it looked bad. It almost looked like worn in, and sometimes I like that kind of look, so just making you aware of it. The eyeliner remained crisp. It did not flake, it didn't feather, it didn't fall apart. It looked just as good as when I had first applied it. Really, really happy to see that. The lashes stayed on, looked great, and despite my not liking the lash glue, it really did hold the lashes on my eyes all day, so I mean, I'm gonna give it some props there, even though I kind of bashed it earlier. The face products surprisingly held in really, really well, and I did not have any fading, both with the e.l.f. Tracy palette or the Beauty Concepts palette, and you can see that very clearly on my face here. Everything looked just as strong as when I had first applied it. And I will tell you, I was a little worried about the e.l.f. Tracy palette because of how subtle it was, but I had no movement, I had no fading, and everything looked beautiful at the end of the day. So I was really happy to see that. The lip products I was disappointed in. And I took a real up close shot of my lips so you could see what I'm talking about. The lip liner feathered horribly. And my top lip especially, if you look real closely there, you can see it's smudged, it's smeared. It's nowhere near as sharp as it was when I first applied it. The matte lipstick did hold in there pretty well. I mean, that's usually what matte lipstick looks like at the end of the day with eating and drinking. So, I mean, I don't really have an opinion on that either way, but the lip liner really did disappoint me. And that probably would not be one that I would use in the future. Mascara, I put it on my lower lashes. It didn't move, but it didn't move because there was like nothing there. It was horrible. So let me know your thoughts. Have you found anything that exceeded your expectations at TJ Maxx? Have you been disappointed? Would love to hear your feedback on this topic. And I will tell you, it's a gamble. It's just based on the TJ Maxx that you happen to walk into. Sometimes it's the area too, based on demographics, marketing, etc. You just never know what you're going to get in TJ Maxx. But if you do see any of the brands that I talked about here, I hope that this video has helped you make an informed decision as to whether or not they would be something that you would like to try. And again, if you're interested in anything I discussed here, I'll try to have everything listed for you below in the description box with exact prices. Thank you for being here, for taking the time to watch. I speak love, peace, and joy and light into you and your homes. And I hope that you have a beautifully blessed weekend ahead. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon.